Morning, everybody. Hope you are going to have a good week this week. I am going to video my food for today, so I hope you enjoy what I'm doing. I've already got my coffee going. It's brewing downstairs. I use a percolator. They're really old, but I really love it a lot. It's my favorite way to make coffee. So that's going downstairs. My husband is actually using the Keurig to make some coffee for himself. So yeah, so we're starting out with coffee this morning. He puts in his coffee only at this time of year. It's the peppermint mocha, sugar-free, and he just loves that. He doesn't add very much. He adds like 1 to 2 tablespoons, and then he adds a little bit of extra sweetener. So that's what he's having, and he's having some good bacon that I prepped yesterday. So that's his breakfast for today. For me today, I'm gonna make some eggs with cheese. It's just gonna be simple, but that's what I'm eating. So let me go ahead and turn you down so you can see what I'm cooking. So I'm gonna turn my burner up to high. And this is ghee that I made a couple weeks ago. And I really need to do a video on ghee. If you want me to do a video on how I make my ghee or clarified butter, then please give this video a thumbs up and I'll do that for you. So I'm just going to use about a tablespoon. It's really bright, isn't it? I'm just going to use about a tablespoon of ghee in here. And then I've got my bowl, because I'm going to scramble these up a little bit because I'm going to make a cheese omelet this morning. So I am going to crack a couple eggs and whiz them around while we're waiting for the ghee to melt. And let me throw in a little bit of salt. And I think this morning, for added flavor, I'm going to add in a little bit of oregano, which is right there. Just a little touch of oregano. Not much, just enough to change it up a little bit. All right. So now we've got all that done. I'm going to try and make a good omelet today. I know the last time I tried to make an omelet, it didn't work, and it's because I wasn't using the right size pan. So for 2 eggs, you're going to want to use the smallest saucepan you can. And I'm just going to dip that in. Rinse off my fingers because they've got eggs all over them. And then I'm going to grab a spatula. Now, just like I did before, if you just do this, it will help to get all of the liquid spread around, and it'll help it to cook a little bit quicker. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to go over and grab my lid for this because I should have done that before. This is not the lid that belongs to this, as you can tell, but I'm going to turn my burner down to medium now because it's really starting to cook and we don't want to over brown it on the bottom. And again, I'm going to just move those eggs around. And as you can see, I really actually like these Gotham copper pans. As long as you use spatulas, you know, rubber or wooden with it, they haven't scratched. They usually tend to stay pretty non-stick. That's the word. They usually stay pretty non-stick if you treat them right, if you use butter and stuff like that, which of course we do. So, unfortunately, this pan does not have a big enough lid, so I just use whatever I can. And this was the first one I grabbed this morning. Now that the eggs are pretty much set, I'm going to go ahead and grab 1 slice of Colby Jack cheese and just throw that in the middle. And we're going to put the lid back on for just a minute to help that cheese melt a little bit. So while it's melting, don't look at my background. It's still got dishes all over the place. Sorry about that. My hair is a mess today, but I will be taking a shower because I have to go to a band meeting tonight. My daughter wants to do winter drumline, so we have to go and see how much that's going to cost and what the schedule is and stuff like that, what the theme of it is going to be. So now this is done, as you can see. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to pour it out and flip it over, and there you go. There's my breakfast with a nice little puddle of butter behind it, but I'd rather add too much butter than not enough and it stick. So that's what I'm having for breakfast this morning, is a 2-egg cheese omelet and some coffee. So I will be back the next time I have something to eat. Alright guys, you know that I have used Spark People forever, and I'm going to actually be tracking my food today as well. So I'm going to start by showing you how I track my food. I'm going to go ahead and put in what I've already had this morning. If you look here, you can search for foods. You can choose recent foods that you've used. You can even favorite things, or if you have a recipe that you want to save, which I've saved several recipes. And you can see all the different recipes that I've shared over the years. But I'm going to go back to the recent tab, and I'm going to go ahead and add in what I had this morning. So I had about a tablespoon of butter, and then I also had, I always just use this one because they're the same serving size, and then an egg. And I had 2 large eggs for breakfast. And then all I have to do is add selected favorites to the tracker. And there you go. I had 331 calories, 1 carb, 28 grams of fat, and 19 grams of protein. And here are my daily goals. And if you look down here, it even tracks all of these things for me. Right now my calorie breakdown is that I'm at 76% fat, 23% protein, and 1% carbs. So, and I've already had one glass. This glass right here holds 3.5 cups. So I'm going to go ahead and track my 3 cups of water here. So that's how I'm going to continue to track my food all day. And when I track my food, I will definitely make sure to show you what I'm doing. So I hope you like this. All right, I am back, and I am going to actually track my lunch before I eat it to make sure that I'm hitting everything that I want. So the first thing I'm going to do, I know that I have chicken wings left over from yesterday. So I am going to see, let's see. Okay. Thought I had chicken wings in here. Let's see. Yeah, Zaxby's. 5 wings, no sauce. I actually have 6 wings in my serving, so I'm going to change this quantity to 1. I'm just going to say 1.2, because that means just a little bit more than 1. I'm going to change that serving to lunch. The next thing I'm going to do is celery, raw, and I'm going to do 75 grams instead of 100 and change that to lunch. Now with this celery, I am also going to have some veggie dip, so sour cream. And I do like the Daisy brand, so I'm going to do 60 grams to lunch. And it does seem like a lot, that 60 grams, but I like my veggies and dip, so there you go. And then I'm also going to throw in here some pecans. I have those pre-done for me today. I did that as part of my prepping yesterday, so I'm going to add those to my lunch. I really like pecans. So let's see how we did. All right, so this lunch is going to be 767 calories, 9 grams of carbs, 58 grams of fat, and 53 grams of protein, which is a ton of protein. I have a hard time believing that 5 chicken wings is 48 grams of protein, so let's do this. Let's start over here and do USDA. I like the USDA food guide, and I also choose nutrient search, or no, food search, sorry, and wings. Chicken wings, there we go. And you can see over here that there's a bunch of different types of chicken wings, but we're going to go ahead and choose this one. And let's see, I'm going to actually have to do this by ounces or grams. This is 100 grams, is about 3 ounces, and that is showing 18 grams of protein versus the 48 that you were seeing in my thing. It says that there's 2 carbs. I wonder if this has injected broth. Let's see. Let's see if I can do this by baked chicken wings. Let's see. Okay. Oh wait, I thought I found it. I found it. Where did I see it? Oh no, fully cooked chicken wings. There we go. Let's check out these. Okay, 3 ounces of cooked chicken wings is 16 grams of protein, 9 grams of fat, 7 grams of carbs. What the heck? Okay, so this one has 1 gram of carb, and I'm not really sure why, other than these are going to maybe have injected with broth or carrageenan or something like that. And that's why I always look at what I'm buying, because there should be no carbs in any of these chicken wings. There should not be. So, wow, that has 8 grams. Yeah, so I'm going to, nope, that one's glazed with hot sauce, so I don't want that one. We're going to go with this one. And if you see 3 grams, or 3 ounces, 93 grams is 19 grams of protein, 10 grams of fat, 180 grams of energy, which is calories, and 1 gram of carbs. So I'm going to use that to do my tracking, and I'm going to write this down real quick. Let's see. So calories are 180. Protein is 19. Fat is 10. And carbs are 1. So now I'm going to go back over here to Spark People, and I'll show you how I actually add this. Sometimes, like I said, those are kind of crazy serving sizes, So we're gonna hit OK, we're gonna delete this, and we're gonna actually add our own food to this. And we're gonna choose Enter Food Not Listed, and we're going to name this USDA Baked Chicken Wings. And we are gonna call this, I think it said 93 grams, right? Yep, 93 grams. So we're going to say 93 grams is going to be 180 calories, 10 grams of fat. We don't care about the protein, but we will count that carb as it says. And then the protein, we're going to put 19. And that's it. We're going to save this food. And we're going to go ahead and use that and add 93 grams to lunch and hit add food to tracker. Okay, so let's see how that changed. So now we're at 508 calories and 41 grams of fat and 24 grams of protein, which is much better. I try to keep it between 64 and 85, so I'm pretty much on track right there. And I am at 74% fat, 21% protein, 5% carbs. I knew that my carbs would go up as I go through the day because I always add my vegetables to lunch and dinner. So there we are. We have 10 grams of carbs and 4 grams of fiber. So if you are one of those that does not total carbs, then there you go. Right, it is lunchtime and I'm going to weigh out everything that I just tracked. So let me go ahead and turn this down so that you can see. And I will actually, okay, so I'm going to turn this on, and we said 93 grams of chicken wings. So let's see, I've got actually 3, 4, 5 here, and then it's actually 169 grams. So I will go back and I will change that because I want more than just three wings. I mean, that's 98 grams right there. So I'm going to go ahead and put in all 5 of them, which is 169 grams. And I will update my tracker to reflect that. And then I'm going to zero this out. And I said that I would do 75 grams of celery, which I've already pre-chopped this. So let's see what 75 grams of celery looks like. And there you go. That's 75 grams of celery. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and put it on the side while I throw this into the microwave to warm it up. And then I'm going to measure out my sour cream, which I said I was going to do 60 grams of, because I also like to use it for my chicken wings as well. So that is, I cannot get this right today. Okay. That is 60 grams right there. Okay, so to this, I'm going to add some dill because I love dill. It smells so good. I'm just going to do a pinch, and then I'm also going to add some salt to this. Salt to your flavor. Other things that you could add to this is a touch of garlic powder, onion powder, pepper, oregano. It just depends on the flavor that you want. And then I just mix it up. So that's it. I'm going to go change my tracker to 169 grams. And we will move forward from there. All right, guys, it's after work and I'm getting dinner started. I have a meeting tonight in a few hours, and usually about this time I'm just a little bit hungry. It's been about 4 hours since I ate, so I want a little bit of something. So I made a kind of a treaty bomb this weekend, and I haven't put it into my recipes yet. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now and show you how easy it is to put in a recipe. You're going to go to add new recipe, and we're going to start by doing this. So what I'm going to do is I weighed out all of my stuff as I made the recipe because I had the intention of doing this. So the first thing I'm going to put in is cocoa butter and search for that. Cocoa butter oil is going to be the same thing, and I used 40 grams of that. Okay, we're going to add that. The next thing we're going to search for is pecans. Ugh, I hate it when I do that. Okay, so the next thing we're going to look for is pecans. And I actually used pecan meal, which has the same nutritional value as pecans. So I'm going to just use those. And for that, I used 56 grams. And then I did cocoa powder. And I used 3 grams of that. And yeah, I weigh everything by grams. I like it better. So there we go. Cocoa butter oil, 40 grams, pecans, 56 grams, and cocoa dry powder unsweetened, 3 grams. And this made 15 servings in my molds that I used. And if I hit calculate info, we can see that each one of them is 50 calories, almost a gram of carbs, and about half a gram of protein. So not horrible. So from here, I'm going to hit next. I'm going to title this Pecan Cocoa Butter Fat Bomb. Yummy treat. I never know what to put here, and if people are looking at this, they're looking at it. So 40 grams of cocoa butter, 56 grams of pecan flour or meal, and 3 grams of cocoa dry powder unsweetened. Serving size makes 15 pieces. Warm up cocoa butter and melt in microwave for 1 minute. Stir until almost, well, I can't type today. All right, that's it. That's as simple as it is. You warm up the cocoa butter and melt it in the microwave for a minute. You stir it until it's almost melted, add in pecan flour and cocoa butter, place into mold, and put in freezer until hard. Cocoa butter or cocoa powder, see, this is why I always, and sweetener of choice. Of course, I don't use sweetener, so that's why I forgot it the first time. I actually added a little bit of mint extract to this, so it gave it like a chocolate mint kind of feel to it. It was really good. Not going to put in a photo. This is a snack. Cuisine. We're not going to put in a cuisine. Dietary needs. I always put in low carb. There's really no occasion. Use silicone molds. Prep time, 5 minutes. Cooking time, which I will say is for the freezer, is going to be 30 minutes. And that's it. and then I just hit save. And it's just that simple. Then when it comes up, pecan cocoa butter fat bomb, I can say, you know what? I want to add this to my tracker. Add 2 servings, because I'm going to go have another one right now. 2 snack, and add food. Okay. So now I am going to go, I'm going to go get dinner started and have one more of those fat bomb and show you what it looks like. Let me do this though. I will go back here and we'll hit refresh and see how we're doing on tracking today. So that was 100 calories, 1 gram of carb, 11 grams of fat, 1 gram of protein. So overall, 2 of them are not a horrible treat. So I'm at 1,000 calories now and 13 grams of carbs. So let's go see what's for dinner. All right, I'm back in the kitchen and I wanted to show you my little treats, these little fat bombs. I have this tiny little silicone mold and it looks like seashells. And so this is one of the treats. You could, you know, more than likely put in any, if you wanted to put in, use a little bit of coconut flake in this, that would be really good too. But I'm going to go ahead and pop this in while I come over here. Now what I've got over here is I have my pan on top of my scale, and here's my ground beef. So I'm going to weigh this so that I know how much that I have. So let me go ahead and do that. Okay. Okay, so that is 1,116 grams, or 2 pounds, 7 1/4 ounces. So almost 3 pounds of meat. We're going to go ahead and put this over here. And I'm going to turn it on high. And I'm going to grab my spatula and kind of break it up a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and let this cook. So 3 pounds of meat. You can usually get 4 servings out of that meat. So, our 4 servings a pound. Well, let's see, 4, 8, 12, 16, yeah. So, I would say for this 3 pounds worth of meat, we should be able to get 12 servings out of this. Now, are we going to get 12 servings out of this? Probably not. And the reason being is that my husband and my daughter will eat what they're going to eat. So I'm going to put the lid on this. I'm going to cook up my taco meat. I'm going to have a salad, a taco salad. My daughter more than likely will end up having, she's got some tortillas, so she'll use those. My husband, I'm not really sure. He'll probably do a taco salad too, and I will be shredding up cheese, and I've already got my lettuce prepped, so that's one less thing I have to do. But I'm going to go ahead and cook this, and when I get closer to the end, I will be back. All right. It's 5:08. I've waited as long as I could. I'm hungry. This looks good. It smells good. Got my makeup on. What do you think? Okay, so I've already put my food into my tracker, and I'll show you that later when I do a wrap up. But here's my bowl, and the only thing that's a question mark is how much lettuce do I have. This is my prepped lettuce from yesterday. And I'm gonna change this to kilograms. And I put in my tracker that it's 85 grams, and I was right. Okay, 85. Now let me take That one looks a little yuck. Okay, so yeah, close enough to 85. So then in my tracker, I also did 85 grams of the taco meat. So I'm going to put that in. Ooh. Okay, 85. Okay, so that's 15 grams. So 85 minus 15 is 70. So I need to bring this up to 70. Wow, I keep making a mess. Okay. All right, so you think 70 grams doesn't sound like a lot, but wait until you see, or 85 grams doesn't sound like a lot, but when you see how much it really is, there we go. That's 70 grams, or excuse me, 85 grams. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this over to ounces and zero it out. I'm going to add my cheddar cheese, which I did 1.5 ounces of in my thing. So I will put on my cheese. I may end up with just 1 ounce. I bet you anything I can end up with 1.5 ounces. I mean, cheese is so good, isn't it? Come on. There we go. There's 1.5 ounces. And then I'm going to change this back over to grams, zero it out, and I'm going to put in 45 grams of sour cream, because that's how I like my taco salad. I bet you guys are thinking, geez, she uses a lot of sour cream. Yep, I do. And I am not sorry about that. So there you go. That is my dinner for tonight. And I'm not sure that I'm almost 100% sure I will not be eating anything else after I get home. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to eat this because I love you guys, but I'm gonna finish this. And then I'll go to my meeting and take care of this video, and I will show you my ending tracking. So I'll talk to you later. All right, I am back, and as you can see, I've got my dinner tracked here. I've got my snack, and if you look here, if you look really close, it does show 3 servings there. And earlier today, I said I needed to change my chicken wings to 169 grams, which I did. And then, so here's my totals. For today, I've got 1,644 calories, 17 carbs, 130 grams of fat, 95 grams of protein, and 7 grams of fiber. Is my protein great? No, apparently it's not, but I really don't care because I've always eaten around 90 to 110 grams of fat or protein. That's just what I'm comfortable with. And usually my fat's pretty high, which it is today, so I'm pretty happy with that. And 17 grams of carbs, 7 grams of fiber. So if you're one of those that does, you know, net carbs, I've only had 10 net carbs today. So how does that work out as far as my breakdown? Well, I had 72% fat, 23% protein, and 4% carbs. So I think I did pretty good. Now, that glass that you saw earlier, I said it's 3 glasses, and I actually had one at lunch, and then another one, and I'm about to have my 3rd one. So that's how I've done on my water today. I've had at least 12 glasses of water, and then of course my coffee that I had this morning, which I never count. So the last thing I'm gonna do tonight before I go to my meeting is I've got this new book, which of course isn't showing up. Let's see if I can do this. There we go. It's called Pilates Light, Easy Exercises to Lose Weight and Tone Up. I've read the first couple chapters of it, and I'm going to start on the moves probably tomorrow, and we'll just see what happens. So that is my food for today. I hope you liked this video, and I hope you have a good rest of the day.